Kane Keid, Hype Sessions. We out here, man. Yeah. Said way too outside for too long. I've been way too outside for too long, but now I stand my ass inside. Off of my perfection, off of my protection. I said it's a blessing. Say I'm statue like only see me on the screen. Real life I'm sabon like only sipping herbal tea. My son king will draw la I say shoot these sides with 199. I say shoot these sides with 199. Okay, shoot these sides with 199. Yeah, I'm statue like okay, I'm statue like These days can't share locations. These days don't play with my energy. Don't need jealousy on my playlist. And it made my days the greatest. Limitations liberated my mind stasis. Now I changed my taste to paper. Only pages on my playlist. Operations. Yeah, don't mistake me for no antisocial Negro. My confidence, my confidant, y'all call it ego. I got a ton of messages from all these people talking about these days you just seem low. But I see green, I just only wanna see low. Oh, what you mean, oh? I'm staying out the way, I took a detour. Ain't even try blow no more, I'm tryna see four corners of my room while I record. Cause I recall being way too outside for too long. I've been way too outside for too long, but now I stand my ass inside. Off of my perfection, off of my protection. I said it's a blessing. It's a, hey, I'm statue like God. Only see me on the screen. Real life I'm sabon like only sipping herbal tea. My son king will draw la hey, shoot these sides with 199. Hey, shoot these sides with 199. Hey, shoot these sides with 199. Hey, I'm statue like God. Yeah, hey, I'm statue like God. I got too much to lose now. Integrity, peace, and serenity. Peace for my sanity, something to choose now. The remedies, freedom and penalties. Free from an energies, nothing to blue now. Cool and big bullin' and tuned out. Assuming you knew this a new sound. Tissue jewel on my keyboard with Q sounds. But it can get difficult, especially when you're not celebrity artists. Just cause you got cut from a different material. Baby, they do really feel me though. Creativity come with a little bit of insanity. Actually rapping saved me from a tragedy, but I can't say that my heart really in it though. Why? Cause it's money and nothing. Had me ballin' on a budget. I've been feeling way reluctant. Yeah. Cause it's money and nothing. Had me ballin' on a budget. And I'm feeling reluctant. Yeah. Way too outside for too long. Way too outside. I've been way too outside for too long. I stay my ass inside. Off of my perfection, off of my protection. It's a blessing, I swear. Yeah. I'm statue like only see me on the screen. Real life I'm sabon like only sipping herbal tea. My son king will draw la yeah, shoot these sides with 199. Go. Hey, shoot these sides with 199. I shoot these sides with 199. Hey, I'm statue like Ali. I swear, I'm statue like Ali. Go. Yes, sir. Thank you so much for having me. Kane Keid, Hype Sessions. See y'all. Love, 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 love. Yes, sir.
XA Hype fam, we're back from the performance. Kane Keid, he brought all the fire to the stage, and I want to put him on the spot, man. Hype Mag is all about classics, bro.
Yeah.
Your top 5 classic guest verses.
5?
Yeah.
Yo.
Give me 3.
Guest verses.
Yeah.
South Africa.
Let's keep it local, yeah, SA.
Casper, good.
Shout out.
Aries, pick you up.
Shout out.
Nasty C, Paris, with Shane Eagle. Yeah.
Yo, man, that's Kane Keid, classic moment, and we're about to have another classic interview. You know how we do this shit, baby. Let's get it.
Yo, what up, Hype fam? It's a boy, the host who's doing the most without getting any hate but the love for hip-hop and basketball from all corners of life. And we are back, baby! Season 2, episode 6 with my brother, Kane Keid.
Yes, sir.
Don,
how you feeling, my dog?
You good?
Yeah, I'm all good,
Welcome,
man.
bro.
Thank you so much for having me.
Bro, we're dope, bro. Oh, let's just get to it, bro. Oh, how do you see fame in the context of your journey before we go straight to the album?
How do I see fame in the context of my journey? It's something that's not a motivation for me.
Okay.
I think I care more about impact rather than just being a product that's just shining in front of people's eyes.
Okay.
I mean, I care about impacting people's lives. So yeah,
what
I guess that's how I see it.
Gerard, what message were you trying to send on this album, or Not Famous?
It's not an album. Let's get that shit.
Yeah.
I was just trying to put out the message that we all connect in some way. So that's why the EP is very personal and very vulnerable.
Yeah.
And very open, because I was trying to connect with the listener. Understand what I'm saying? So everything that I talked about in the EP is something that someone can relate to somewhere in the world. And so it just made sense for me to just put it out like that.
9 songs.
Yes.
On the EP, obviously. How long did it take you to write everything, like from beat selection to scripting down the lyrics and calling on those homies like your Zulu makers, Tatao, and everyone on features? How long did it take you to complete everything?
I think all the songs that it wasn't like there was intent on making this body of work while recording the songs. Okay. I mean, every song was recorded in a different part of my life, like a different phase in my life. Yeah. So some of the songs that I recorded 1 year, 2 years, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And some of the songs I recorded recently. And with the song with Ntatao, it's a song from like last year, if I'm not mistaken. And so the messaging behind each and every song that I make just made sense. The way it connected, like all the songs, the way they connected, it just made sense to just put them like that. Yeah. You know what I mean? And with the Zulu Mecca, it was more of a organic thing. You would see, she hears the song. It wasn't a song that I planned on releasing until she said, I want to hop on that. Oh. Because I was performing it at the Stogie Tea Bar Fest, and it was just an unreleased verse.
So she heard the song there, or you played it for her?
No, she heard the song there for the first time, and then she was like, "Yeah, there's something about that song. I wanna hop on it." And then I sent it to her, and then she sent it back, and I realized that it's project material, something that I need to put in a body of work. Yeah.
Would you say it's a favorite song on the project?
Yeah, it is. It is. It's one of my personal favorite songs because even the way it came together and the way the messaging just aligned.
Yeah.
I think that's what made it that's what made it my personal favorite.
I was about to ask Velo, like, what inspired that track and what was it like collaborating with her and spiritually and lyrically intense as Mac? I was about to ask you.
Yeah. Well, I wrote that. I wrote that in a point at a point in my life where I was finding my feet in my relationship with God, and so. Everything that I was writing, it was just questions and thoughts that I was trying to figure out spiritually. Yeah. And so because Zulu Mecca is she's a very spiritually inclined person, and she's intuitive. I mean, she's wise. Yeah. It just made sense to have someone like that on the song. Yeah. And so when she recorded the verse, when she sent me she recorded the verse when I was there, and as she was recording, the way her messaging just perfectly aligned with mine, it just made a lot of sense, bro. It just made a lot of sense. I think there was no better option other than Zulu Mecca for that song.
Shout out. On your come up, majority of the homies in the game or fans knows you as someone who just dropped a freestyle.
Yeah.
Because you were really feeding us with raps.
Yeah.
Then people, some didn't like it, obviously.
Yeah.
Because you rap. Like, according to them, you weren't making music which they were expecting.
Yeah.
Did you feel some type of pressure when you record the EP? Or like, yo, they would expect me to go heavy like I was on the freestyle, or to just make music for the fans?
Nah, I didn't feel that type of pressure. I won't lie. The initial draft of the EP was like that. Where I was like, okay, gosh, these people expect this from me. Then the final piece is what I enjoyed listening to, and every song that I made was a song that I enjoyed making. Every song that I made was I had no what can I say, influence from the from the outside. To say, okay, let's make a song like this. That's why I didn't even make any rap song, because I know that people expected me to have bars in there and just do this grimy stuff that I usually do, but it just didn't make sense for me. I wanted it to be conceptual. I wanted people to connect to it. You know what I mean? So that's why I didn't feel any pressure.
Would you say you make music for yourself or your fans, or based on how you feel? Like,
it's not wise for me to make music for myself, because at the end of the day, I'm putting out the music for people to listen to. You know what I mean? I have people in mind when I make the music, but at the same time, it's also about trusting my intuition. Like, does it sound right to me? And sometimes it lands, sometimes it doesn't. But I trust my intuition, and I trust that the next person would love this. I mean, so yeah.
But what happened when your majority of your fans doesn't really receive the project as how you were expecting it to land to them? Because it happens as a rapper, you drop a fire album, and you were rapping. Then me as a fan, I'd be like, he's rapping, but I don't feel it. Yeah,
I mean, Doug, there will be those times, and I think we use moments like that as a learning experience. You know what I mean? So we take things like that into consideration when we're making the music. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't think of it as I want to rap for myself to the point where now I don't care what people say. Yeah, I don't think it's wise. So when you deal with experiences like that, you just have to learn from it, man. I mean, there's
I get you. I get you.
You just gotta.
Let me just take you back to 2024.
Yeah.
Benny the Butcher call you over the stage. The crowd weren't expecting it. They're like, yo, there is a song. You drop a freestyle prior. Now, I think 2 weeks prior to the Back to the City. Then he invited you to the stage. Like that, how did you feel? Like, how was that moment? Like during that day, that night?
It was very hard to sink in the feeling. You know what I mean, it just felt natural. I mean, it felt like everything was happening because I had been putting in the work. You know what I mean? And so to me, it wasn't wow. It was more of whoa. Like
it's really
I'm
happening.
surprised. I'm surprised it's happening, but it's not like it's something that I wouldn't expect to happen, because I had been putting in the hours, and I had been working on my pen for the longest, and to get international recognition and to be brought out on stage by Benny the Butcher, it was crazy. It was crazy. I mean, I was happy. I was happy about that experience, man. It was so amazing, dog.
Not only Benny, a lot of homies in the state, like I think Timbaland too. There's a lot of them, like they've been, co-signing you in and fucking with what you're doing on the mic. So, like, would you, if it happens, make a collab project with them? Or if they're willing to, be like they want to sign you, would you took that route?
Yeah, I'm considering it. You know, I think there's a market in the rap space in America that I can tap into.
Tap in.
You know what I mean? With the landscape in South Africa, the soundscape, let me say, it's very difficult to find that niche pocket for actual rap. And so with people from the States who have influence like that, who like what I'm doing, I think it would be a very wise decision to collaborate with them. And
you actually flipping dope with the hooks. Like there's a couple of features which you're doing and singing there and there and there. Would we see that more often on your own project again? Because like I think I've had 3 songs where you just take on the hook and it hits skyrocket like it's proper. Would you see that in future in your own project?
Yeah, no, definitely. As I said, like when I make music, I enjoy making it. So that's not something that wouldn't come naturally to me or something that I'd overthink. I would definitely do that.
For someone who's listening to Kane Keid for the first time, what would you, how can I put it? What would you want them to take from you, your music?
As an artist? I don't like to impose myself onto people. You know what I mean? So I'd say take it however you take it. You know what I mean? Like, have your own experience of me. I wouldn't want to present myself as this person and then you get disappointed at some point in your stage of supporting me. And now it turned out to be something that I wasn't. I mean, I just like people to receive me the way they receive me. I don't impose my character onto people. So
and how do you take critics from people, especially on social media? People who doesn't really listen to music. People who just be like, man, it's Kane Keid. It happens. It happens.
I do my best to filter out the noise. You know, I mean, there's a lot of opinions that are not who people would name criticism, but it's not even that. It's just that's word to blue papi. So yeah, there's a very thin line between criticism and just bullshit. And so I consider it sometimes, and sometimes I just don't mind it at all. Yeah.
Okay, man. Going forward in 2025, the EP's out. I think you shot a couple of videos too. Before you talk about the videos, you dropped a song with Pretty Ugly and
Tyson.
Yeah. But you're not part of the EP.
Yeah.
Is it something we should just put it aside for the future projects, or it was just a single?
Nah, that was just a single. With the singles that I released last year, I was just trying to show people that I actually do release music. I just wanted to plant it into people's minds that I can make rap music, and I can also make the music that you want. And the freestyles are just something that build my momentum and build who I am in front of people's eyes, and just put me in spaces that I wouldn't normally reach with just the music out.
And now there is a tour.
And
let's talk about it. You started with Tembisa. It's your guys Tembisa.
That's my hometown.
Where are you taking it next?
I'm taking it to Pram next, because you know what I mean, that's the culture hub. That's where a lot of great legends came from too. You know what I mean? So I think it just made sense to go to Pram, because I think that's where I found my footing.
Okay.
You know what I mean, when I arrived in Jersey, when I got here, that's the spot where I felt more comfortable in being Kane Keid. You know what I mean? Because there's once you say you're a rapper, they stigmatize you. You know what I mean? They put certain they put certain terms onto you. Lelanika, Leliana, things like that. So you just become more shy when you're at when you're in the hood. And then now when I get to Bram, these kids,
they doing what you love and what you sing outside.
And you know what I mean, they're just so comfortable in expressing themselves. Some people, that's why there's actually a term called Bram fashion. Look at these kids, they dressing weird. But it's just like freedom of expression. The kids can be themselves creatively, and so that's where I found my footing. That's where I can say, Guti, I finally found the freedom to say,
and your own community. Going forward in 2025, what else can we expect from you? We are still in June.
So I want to drop another project.
Another EP?
I want to drop another project. Another EP, but I would just be doing too much. So I'll be doing, I think, probably like 2 singles before the end of the year, or 3. It doesn't, however I feel. But there will be music videos. I mean, I'll pop out at each and every show. There's big shows that I'm going to be on, and man, I think people just stay tapped in. That's it.
Thank you, man, for your time, because they usually give us limited time for this interview. Like, really, just 15 minutes, you are done. We want to see performance, the freestyles. So, man, thank you for pulling up.
Thank you so much for
May
having
the one
me,
above bless your career going forward.
Appreciate
and
that,
to your fans out there,
don't lose God. Pray consistently. Do what you love. I mean, there's a reason why it's planted in your mind, and continue pursuing whatever you want. And man, I love y'all. Appreciate the support and everything. Kane Keid, I'm out.
Yo, Hype fam, there is the freestyles out there. Lesiba with the news too, and we're done with the interview. We are out. Peace.
Yes, sir.
What's up, everybody? This is your boy K-Rev, Prince of Ghettoville, Sir Guapo, the one and only Goblin. I'm on Hype Session, and this is my Bars on Bars episode. That's how it goes. It's the return of the to-be king. Behold, they loan the crown is old too. He who's making more records, they said empty pockets. Only option is style change, the 808 and false the gloat. Or stick to mellow records and tell you how I'm broke. But not for long, cause nowadays we on meta a time to the nation, rocking with rap. Hello, I'm here, aiming above my peers, engaged beyond. Say like, hey, any chance her name is Hove? Like any chance look, part of my friends, but fuck they tongues, for they claim to have comforted me. And this instrumental condolences ones that I left deceased. A friend is yet to impulse on your dream as an enemy. When Murphy whispered a law that retaliate verbally, the bygones we claim to be the rivals that hand the ops to the props that overly preach of a nugget that might just tarnish a moment for one to breathe. Saying fucking contingency, but karma maneuver circles more often than ghetto weed. Famous trivial personas in limit to let them see. They rush your pre-order copies that pose as a booked up seat. As soon as your tape release, the old settle to what you eat. They knock on the door by bliss, I reply too sarcastically with a smirk and it's out and pause and comments like who can it be? Rest in peace to the prodigies that decay with the game. This 21st century is a perfect spot for the idolizing these rappers on felonies that they claim. The gang bang and the thugging accumulates to a debt, and when fate approach to collect, then we end up paying respect. Nevertheless, this for you who would forever, no certainty that'll make it. What a journey for me you paving. Now I welcome you to my life, my life, my life, my life in the sunshine. Everybody loves the sunshine. It's the boy K-Rev, man, Prince of Ghettoville. In the sunshine. Hype Session, Bars on Bars. Sir Guapo.
What's up, my name is Lesiba, and I'm your brand new news correspondent, and this is A Week in Hip Hop. First up in the news, we have Baby Days, who recently released a music video for his new single titled Ale Tobina. The single takes inspiration from his Congolese roots and is very clear in both the messaging of the song as well as the music video. If you are a fan of the underground, then you definitely know about the release of a new project titled XO by Dior Santana. The artist has been teasing the release since 2023, and the artist is definitely rising in the game with this new release. And in other news, Patrick Lee recently released a new single titled Zikomo. The single takes inspiration from his Zambian roots, and the music video is going crazy on YouTube now, sitting on about 23,000 views at the time of recording. And that's all we have for you on this week's edition of Hype News. Till next time, cheers.